Hello bros, I'm welcome to Select Zero, BroFive production, made by the Sakura MMO, circle right here. I hold up my right hand, a burst of dark energy flies from my palm. The magic is so powerful it dispels the glamour on my outfit. My peasant scarf melts away to reveal my favorite outfit, the black skin-tight dress with the fur trim. Alaria is blown backwards by the sudden burst of magical energy. Her back hits a nearby tree and she collapses on the ground. She's shaking, coughing. Her eyes are squeezed tightly shut and it looks like she's in pain. You... Well. I take a step towards her. Of course that fix would happen. I lift one of my boots and grind the golden heel into Alari's side. That wasn't very difficult, now was it? You, cough. Her body is covered in cuts. Her long silky hair has lost most of its luster and is now filled with leaves and broken twigs. The poor dear. Maybe it would be kinder if I'd hit her with a blow strong enough to knock her unconscious. But then I wouldn't be able to see the adorable look of disappointment on her face while I toy with her. I grind my heel down a little harder. My heart is thumping hard inside my chest. It looks like she looks so good like this, writing beneath me in agony. I have to try hard to suppress my mounting excitement. I don't want it to show on my face. If I'm to be true dominatrix, I can't let those wriggling beneath me realize what effect the humiliation has on me. Why the hell does that open up? I need to remain cool and aloof. I can't let Alaria have any power over me. I won't let her. Alaria whimpers in pain as I grind my heel down harder. She tries to bite back her moans, but she can't quite manage it. She is pinned beneath my heel like a butterfly on a board. Her breasts are pressed against the ground and her clothes are ripped and torn. A few cuts and gashes decorate her face like paint on an artist's canvas. I almost went to bend down and lick up her tangy, coppery blood. I'm sure it would taste delicious. Ella looks at me. I'm surprised she has enough strength to move her head off the force of my attack. You're the Dark Witch, Viola. That's right. It took you long enough to figure it out. Anybody would recognize that gaudy outfit. Gaudy? How rude. My clothes are made of the finest materials in Aspa, and these boots are crafted from genuine dragon hide. But please, don't take my word for it. Have a feel. Why does things open up? I press my heel down into Alaria's soft, unprotected stomach. Alaria whimpers, her eyelids flutter. So how is it? How do my genuine dragon hide boots feel as they grind your worthless body into the dirt? You, Viola. Yes, what is it? Don't you... Cough. Don't you recognize me? I must admit, you do look rather familiar, but... I pause and take in the current scene. Alaria's body is crumbled beneath me, lying in the dirt. The golden heel of my dragon hide boots is digging into the soft, exposed flesh of the stomach. This pose, her moans, that flustered face, that long, silky hair, and that armor. It can't be. I remember now. I beat you once before in Asp Online. You tried to attack me in Roseberry Forest, and I hit you with a magical spell. You were completely at my mercy. You were a level 99 player and you thought you could defeat me, but you were wrong. Larry. For all the powerful dark witch, you don't have the best memory, do you? Are you so self-obsessed that you only think of yourself? It isn't that. So many foolhardy players in Aspen have challenged me that I've forgotten their faces, let alone their names. At least you were a little different. You were felled in one blow, much like all of the others, but it was fun to see you try and make excuses for your failure. You really were pathetic, but that made defeating you even more fun. I'm glad I was able to fight you again. It was over too soon, but it really was fun. Frown. Why are you an Aspa anyway? I don't know. I could ask you the same thing. I see. So you're a player from the real world, just like me. That's right. I went to sleep after playing Aspa Online after you defeated me in the forest, and then when I woke up I was in Motier. I'm not sure how it happened, but I've been trying to accept it. But it's hard. I haven't met anybody else from the real world. I thought I was the only one who was brought here. Now this is interesting. I thought you would make a nice addition to my harem, being so fresh-faced and pretty, but you might prove to be more interested than I imagined. This woman is from the real world, just like me. She was also brought to Asper Online, though strange means. Call it magic or science or plot convenience. And she doesn't know how to get back home. I don't care much about going home myself, but now I really am curious. Is there a reason why the two of us were brought here? Are there other people in Aspa like us? I'd like to find out. If there's one thing I hate, it's being ignorant. Well, that picture have we already seen, haven't we? I'm pretty sure we have. I'm not sure. Well, how long have we read them? Yeah, we're gonna continue in whatever case. Theon, I'm so glad you're alright. Holly, I miss you so much. Sniffing tearfully, the two women embrace. Theon, who's shorter than her sister, rests her head against her sister's chest. I don't understand it. I should be happy to see you again, but I can't stop crying. I feel the same way, Theon. It must be because the relief. All this time, I was so convinced you were dead. I'm just happy to see that you're really alright. Well, of course I ain't dead, dummy. I couldn't let myself die, not when I knew you would be worrying about me. Theon brushes a few stray tears from her eyes and takes a step backwards. Her face is gently flushed, but she's still smiling. You've always been a warrior, sis. You should try thinking about yourself for once. That's why I turned to a life of crime. It's because I was only worrying about how to survive. I'm curious about that. How did it happen? You were always such a good girl. I was when you were around, Theon. I had to look after you. Mother and father were both dead. I was the only family member you had left, so I thought I should try to be a good role model. I never stole or cheated or committed any crimes, even though it would have been easier to provide for us like that. I didn't want you growing up to be a criminal because you were always such an innocent girl. I tried to keep on the straight and narrow. I took menial jobs, no matter how demeaning they were. I worked as a maid. I darned socks. I sold candles and matches and the flowers in the streets. But no matter how hard you worked, it weren't enough. You could hardly afford to feed me, let alone the both of us. Theon. Holly's eyes softened. She sighed softly. Is that why you ran away? Yeah. It's not cause I was unhappy with you or anything, sis. I know how hard you worked for my sake, and I was so grateful, but I was afraid that I was a burden. I was worried you worked yourself to death to look after me, and I figured I wasn't worth it, so you left me. You left me and you didn't even say goodbye. Holly, Theon sniffles. She wipes her eyes with the back of her arm. I'm so sorry. I thought I was doing the right thing, but but now I think I should have talked to you about it. I should at least have let you know how I was. I did a bad thing and I'm sorry, I really am. Theon bows her head deeply. She squeezes her eyes together shut. I hope you forgive me for being a bad sister. Oh, Theon. Holly shakes her head, a small incredulous smile on her face. You don't need to ask for my forgiveness. What? We're sisters. I'm not mad at you. If anything, I'm the one who should be asking you to forgive me. What do you mean? I mean, when you left I had no reason to keep being a good girl. I thought I might as well start stealing if it would make my life more bearable. But the whole time I was thinking of you. I was afraid if you knew that what your big sister had become, you wouldn't look up to me anymore. You wouldn't love me. It was a scary thought. I wanted to be a mature, responsible older sister for you, but I'm afraid I let you down. Oh, Holly, don't be silly. I don't care how you make a living. I'm just glad you're still alive. And I'm glad you're alive too, Theon. I was so worried. Me too. Oh, Theon. Holly. And again the hug. The two pull each other close and another soft warm hug. I said the right word. They're not often you say the right word. They could as well have said an embrace as well as a hug, but I said the right word. Poor Theo relaxes in the sister's embrace. She sniffles, burying her head in Holly's soft cushioned chest. I wonder if she is covering her sister's front in snot and tears. I guess Holly doesn't mind, even if Theon's covering her in snot. They're sisters, so it's shared snot. Familial snot? Okay, that's a weird word. I don't know. I never really had much of a family. I don't have any brother and sister, and I haven't seen my parents in years. Look at this soft sentimental scene. It's made me feel a little mushy inside myself. Hey, Holly. Theo blinks up at her sister. Her eyes are watery and her long pale lashes are stuck together. Why don't you come with us? What do you mean? You can live with me and Viola. Her house is huge. There are like hundreds of rooms. There are 66 rooms to be precise. Exactly, hundreds. There's a bit of a difference between 66 and 100. Whatever, minor details. Theon waves one hand carelessly. There's loads of rooms. I'm sure Viola will be able to find somewhere nice to put you. Then you won't need to steal, and you never need to worry about where your next meal's coming from. Viola? Holly looks me up and down curiously. She looks suspicious. You mean the dark witch, Viola? She is the dark witch, but she ain't that bad really, even if she is a little hard to get on with at first. Even if she did... what the hell? Her eyes disappeared. That's more creepy than anything. That's really, really, really creepy. That's why when I'm drawing a picture, I always start with first the face and then the eyes. That's creepy. Did they miss the eyes or something? I have to know. Did they miss the eyes? I guess you're gonna take a picture of that. I'm gonna send it to the creators. They'll have to fix that because that's creepy. Even if she did watch while I was assaulted by a tree. A tree? Never mind. I just wanted to say that she ain't as terrible as the stories make her out to be. She's a bit of a sadist, but she ain't evil, and I owe her a lot. She even saved my life. It's because of her that I'm still alive, and she the one who helped me find you again. Why don't you come with me, Holly? Fionn takes Holly's hands in her own and squeezes it tightly. Please? Well, Holly clears her throat. She glances to one side. I've heard any number of unsavory rumors about this dark witch. It's a pleasure to meet you too. I need courtesy. But if she really did help you, Fionn, she can't be all that bad. My lady is a wonderful person. People spread baseless rumors and filthy lies about her because they're jealous of her power. They should be ashamed of themselves. You do look a lot healthier than you were when I saw you, Fionn. You've grown up into a real young lady. I suppose I can thank the dog witch for that. I've been trying to turn your little sister into a lady, but it hasn't been easy work. She's rather resistant to change. Did you know that she refuses to wear dresses and her accent is just horrible? You used to wear dresses when you were younger, Fionn. You looked very pretty in them. That was a long time ago. I'm not that girl anymore, and I had to get strong and tough so I could survive living out on the streets. If you ain't tough, you go hungry. I don't know. Don't I know it? But I don't need to worry about that when I'm with Viola. I'm very thankful to Viola and appreciate everything she's doing for you, but I don't think I can go with you. Huh? But why not? Don't you want to be with me again, sis? I do want to be with you, Fionn, and I'm very happy we were able to see each other again, but I suppose I've grown too used to my freedom. I don't want to be cooped up inside the foyer walls of a castle. I like exploring the great unknown, even if I don't know how to get enough food from one day to the next. That's all part of the excitement. Hey, and you say I changed from when I was a kid. I don't think you changed a lot too, sis. Well, it was been 8 years since we saw one another last. A lot can change in that time. That's right, a lot can change. Are you sure you don't wish to come with us? I can run you a nice warm bath and treat that leg of yours. It's a generous offer, but you already helped me so much. I can't accept it. You're more stubborn than I thought, sis. And you must have inherited it from someone. Fionn sticks her tongue out at Neve, and Neve sighs and pushes her away. Well, if you really don't want to come with us, I can't force you, but Fionn looks at Holly's ankle doubtfully. What are you gonna do about that? It looks painful. Allow me. I raise one hand in the air, towards the white light begin to gather around my palm. Do you know healing magic too? Naturally. But you're a dark witch. I figured all spells that are about ruin and death and destruction. They are mostly, but I like to cover all my bases. Now hold still, this will only sting a bit. The light gathers around Holly's ankle, the arrow embedded in her skin melts away, the dry blood slowly begins to dissipate, the wound closes up within seconds. In fact, there's no evidence there was a wound to begin with. Holly looks at her legs, surprised. She rotates her ankle slowly as thought, waiting for a jolt of pain. But no pain comes. I can't believe it. It really is. It's really fixed. Well, you should believe it. My mistress is one of the most talented witches there is. There isn't any type of magic she can't do. She's so strong, it's almost disgusting. There's nothing disgusting about my mistress, Fionn. Fionn rubs her back of her head and laughs. I guess not. Sorry. Viola, I've heard a lot of awful rumors about you, but it seems they were unfounded. I'm sorry for believing all the lies and falsehoods so easily. I'm more than anybody else. Should you know the damage lies can do? My own family suffered greatly because of their neighbors' slander. It's quite alright. You don't need to thank me. I'm not particularly fond of sentimentality. Alright then. I know I might seem like an irresponsible big sister, but she bows her head. I'm going to leave Fiona in your care. I know you look after her well. Thank you. And after a long lingering hug, Holly departs. She creeps among the shadows, darting soundlessly from tree to tree until she is out of sight. I'm not sure how she is planning to support herself. She can hardly go back to Moutier now, and she still doesn't have any money to her name. But she's been living on the streets for years without getting caught until today. I'm sure she'll be fine. I might have let one potential member of my slowly expanding harem go, but I'm not particularly upset about that. By letting Holly escape, I found somebody far, far better to take her place. So shall we go? I think I need to lie down. I imagine events of today must have been quite taxing for you. That's one way of putting it. Wait. I take a few steps forward, crunching leaves and twigs as I go. I come to a halt by the crumbled, collapsed form of Ellery. She's lying on the forest floor, her silky hair fanning out and grabbed beneath her, her eyes closed. The impact from my magical blast combined with the substance and humiliation has quite conveniently knocked her unconscious. I don't think she'll be waking up in a while, but it's rather a long journey back to my home. I click my fingers and ropes begin to bind the Larry comatose for the wind about her wrists and ankles. Fiona watches the process curiously, her head tilted to one side. What are you doing? Isn't it obvious? I'm securing my loot. My lady, you don't mean. Are you planning to take this knight back with you? That's the general idea. But she tried to imprison my sister. She shot her in the ankle with an arrow and she tried to lock her up. She is a horrible person. I can't stand her. You can't let her live with us. I can and I will. But what's so great about her? Well, I wonder. This I actually have to think a little about. Well, I think it's a pretty obvious answer. She's interesting because she came into this world just as I did, but she was also beautiful, so, and the most obvious answer is actually she's beautiful. It's because she's beautiful, of course. Beautiful, but you already have me. Indeed I do, and I can look at you anytime I wish. I bend down and let my fingers trail across the layer's smooth cheek. But this night is different. I think she will make a wonderful addition to my home. But no buts. You're forgetting who's in charge here, my little thief. I know it's your house and all, but this doesn't feel right. It ain't right, is it, Neve? I cannot say I'm thrilled by this proposition, but my lady is right. She is the one in charge. Good. I know you see it my way. It's not like they have any other options. I glance back down the platform area. How nicely wrapped up in ropes like a Christmas present. There's a lot of questions I want to ask her, and I can think of a lot of ways to procure the answers I want. Tonight is going to be interesting in more ways than one. Oh God! Well, I suppose this isn't the end yet, because if we go to the main menu and press the gallery and go here, you can see there are still 3 pictures left. That would mean around 2 episodes more, and I actually plan to do them directly. So let's go back to where I was just quickly and stop the recording. So at least that was all I have for Sakura MMO this time then, so hit like and subscribe, and see you next time. Bye.